Hello everyone, Deb Floros, guest designer for Beadaholique. I'm calling these earrings Longing for Fall, and we're going to have some fun painting and working with wire. So I'm using some patina paints that were in my stash, and I'm completely coating my vintage natural brass leaf charms with one color, which is a really bright yellow. And I'm doing a dry paintbrush, and then I'm immediately brushing off with a paper towel. So I just want to coat and get one layer of paint onto those leaves. Then I'm going to layer on another layer of color, and I'm just going to tap it around the edges of my leaves. So I just want to get a little bit of a layered effect and make this look a little bit like the leaves are changing. So I tapped it all along the edge, wiped it off immediately, and then I added it onto my other leaf pendant and did the same thing, and also kind of blotched on a few other taps of the paint in the center. And I just wanted to make sure that I got enough of that color and wanted it to look a little bit natural, like a leaf changing colors. So I wiped that off really good with a paper towel, and you can also use a relief block to bring up some of the natural brass color. So this looks really cool, but I decided to add one more layer of color with Gilder's paste wax, and this really gives it a metallic look. So I'm bringing more metallic back into this. So I'm putting it on with a paper towel, brushing it on fairly generously, but then I'm using the other side of my paper towel to wipe it back off. So we've got 3 layers of color and metallic, and they look really, really cool. I love the way that they came out. They definitely look like fall. Then we're going to take these vintage fastenables, they're fern fronds, and we're going to bend them around bail making pliers to create a little bit of a U shape. And you'll see there's a natural loop from the fern frond, but there's also an actual loop. And we're going to want the fern frond loop to be a little bit higher than the actual loop. So you'll make your loops and then you'll manipulate them a little bit further as you get them onto your leaf charm. So I slide that leaf charm on, and then I'm going to use some flat nose pliers to manipulate that loop that we created. And I just want to get it just right so that there's enough movement, but it does fasten on nicely to our charm. I'm then going to use some 3mm bicone crystals, and I'm going to put them onto 26 gauge wire. And I'm going to twist that wire. So I'm going to actually fasten that little bicone onto the wire just by spinning it around using both hands. Then I'm going to continue on and create a longer piece of twisted wire and then a wire wrap loop around that bead. We're going to use 2 of these at one at each top of our earring. Then we're going to do another twisted bicone, and this one's going to actually be attached onto our fern frond. So you'll do that, you'll twist around, and then you'll separate your wires. And then you're going to choose where you're going to attach this piece. I skipped a couple of the leaf rows and attached it. And you just need to go around from front to back a couple of times. So swapping places, wires going from one side to the other, and then you'll bring it around to the back and you'll cut off your excess and use some pliers to make sure you get those ends away from scratching someone. So you can manipulate then that little bicone to sit nicely into the center of that leaf charm. And you're going to want to attach your fern frond at the very tip onto your earring wire, and then put on your bicone on top of that and close your ear wire. So we're adding a little bit of crystal dimension up top. These are really fun. Lots of techniques used here to create these fun earrings, and these do really make me long for fall. You can find everything to make these at beadaholique.com. Thanks for watching.